Hello, everybody, and welcome to Day 2 of Channel Week, our brand new week-long webcast series created to shed light on why and how B2B marketers are mastering channel partner marketing. I'm Terry Moffett, editor of Channel Marketer Report, and I'll be your moderator for today's webinar, How a Partner-First Approach Drives Revenue and ROI. Just in case you're joining us for the first time, this webinar series is being hosted by Channel Marketer Report and Demand Gen Report, sister online media publications presenting daily news, email newsletters, special reports, videos, original research, and a rich menu of additional resources. Channel Marketer Report covers the latest solutions, trends, and information vendors need to maximize their channel sales and partner marketing programs. Demand Gen Report focuses on the strategies, tactics, and measurements that are key to generating demand. To learn more, please join our collective community of 75,000 plus subscribers by signing up for our email newsletters at channelmarketerreport.com and demandgenreport.com. We also encourage you to join our LinkedIn discussion groups, Channel Marketer and Demand Gen Specialists. In addition to our publications, we're also the hosts of B2B Marketing Exchange. Held in Scottsdale, Arizona every February, this live event focuses on helping professionals improve B2B marketing and sales strategies and results. Rated a top B2B marketing conference by Forbes, B2BMX brings 900 plus marketers together for a 3-day educational and networking program that includes more than 85 sessions throughout 6 topical tracks covering channel marketing and demand gen. You can learn more about this unique event and sign up for updates at b2bmarketing.exchange. We also invite you to become a part of our online community of B2BM experts, where you can connect with like-minded professionals, join in B2B-focused conversations and initiatives, and even compete for some great prizes. Check out our thriving community at b2bmx.influitive.com/join/now. This week-long series, we're hosting a special sweepstakes where attendees can win a free ticket to our annual B2B Marketing Exchange or Starbucks gift cards. Because you registered for today's Channel Week webinar, you will automatically be entered for a chance to win. And if you attend any of the live sessions, you'll receive a second entry. We'll be giving away 1 Starbucks gift card per session and 1 B2BMX free pass per day, so be sure to attend all Channel Week sessions for your best chance to win. Finally, for today's presentation, we're using the On24 platform, where you can access all of the information you need from the platform toolbar. During and after today's presentation, please follow along and share your thoughts and feedback on Twitter and LinkedIn using the hashtag ChannelWeek. You can tweet from directly within the On24 platform here using the widget on the left-hand side of your screen. We also encourage you to ask our presenters questions. To do that, simply click the QA widget at the top right corner of the screen. Today's presentation is slated to run about 25 to 35 minutes, with 10 to 15 minutes for QA following the session. You can submit your questions using the QA widget at any time. Today's session is being recorded, and all attendees will receive an archive link to review or share with colleagues. In addition to joining the conversation online and submitting your questions, we also welcome you to let us know how we're doing so we can continue to improve our events. We've put together a very brief survey that will automatically launch once this webinar session ends. You can also pull up, complete, and submit the survey at any time during the webinar by clicking on the survey icon circled here at the bottom of your screen. Before signing off today, please take a moment to complete this quick questionnaire so we can serve you better. Okay, now I'm very pleased to introduce our featured speaker. Cameron Avery is Senior Vice President of Business Development for Zift Solution and a leader in Zift's Channel Center of Excellence. Prior to this, he was founder and CEO of Elastic Grid, which was recently acquired by Zift. A well-recognized a well-recognized channel marketer and management expert, I've discovered that Cameron is an engaging storyteller with an inspirational business story and entrepreneurial mindset. He bootstrapped Elastic Grid in Australia himself, growing the company into a global channel marketing automation leader. He also helped many of the world's largest B2B IT companies, including Juniper, NetApp, and Symantec, to embrace the digital transformation and leverage technology to drive success for their brand and their partners' businesses. So we're excited to have Cameron with us today. Without further ado, I'll turn things over to you. Cameron?
Thanks, Terry. Thanks, Terry. Thanks, Terry, for those kind words and the introduction. And thank you, everybody, for taking time out of your very busy schedules to join this webinar today. I'm going to talk about something that's very dear to my heart, and it's a partner-first approach to the way you establish your channel programs and platforms, globally. And I think the statement itself is one that is really resonating. You have to put the partners first. And I'll go into great detail about when you do that right, you will get a great result from your channel investment and your programs. Terry did a great job on a little bit about Zift Solutions. Zift, our vision's up on the screen, but it is about integrating all solutions that you need to create a successful channel, bringing them together into one platform, one pane of glass, and then surrounding them with world-class services and expertise. And when you do this, I'll go through a great example at the end, you will see great return on your channel investment. We're very proud of what we're building. We're seen as market leaders in not only the PRM space, but the CMM space. And as a company, we're building out what we're going to label enterprise channel management. It's a platform and a place where you can send your partners, no matter whether you're a small vendor or a large vendor, and it'll take you through the whole journey of the evolution of your channel. So we're very proud for these kind words from these great analysts. I'm going to talk about some best practices around that partner-first approach, and it comes from these great clients of ours. A lot of them are doing innovative things inside their channel, and I thought it would be great if I could extract a few of them and show you today on when you do take a partner-first approach and you do the things in the presentation, you will get a great return on your channel investment. So when you get purpose-built technology, and I say purpose-built, when you really think about the channel, all the things you need to be successful in the channel, and if you build that into that one pane of glass, and then you surround it with the approach that I'm going to take you through today, it will deliver huge revenue and ROI for your channel investment. But I think first we need to address some of the elephants in the room. The channel is changing. I think the channel was so different 5 to 8 years ago. If I was a partner of any vendor, I'd be running my core business. I might have 10 to 15 vendors I'd be working with, my securities, my virtualization, storage, and the like. Nowadays, with the explosion of the cloud and the solutions that are available, it's getting harder and harder to grab the attention of partners out there in the channel. Here's another bold statement. We've got to understand we don't own the customers anymore. They go through the partners. 5 years ago, I've sat in a boardroom and literally I'm looking across the table and there was a channel chief and we own the partners. And I just don't think that's the case anymore. You don't own the partners. The partners are out there. They've been bombarded with a lot of cloud technology and other technology. And you really have to put them at the center of your universe to grab their attention, to treat them the way they want to be treated. And this old adage, I know we've all heard this many times now, but if you just spin up a portal or a platform, if you build it, they won't come. You have to surround it with a partner-first approach. You've got to surround it with support, the content, programs, everything that the partner wants to be successful selling your product and solution. So it was interesting. At the end of last year, we decided to go out and talk to partners. We had a survey of 650 partners, and we actually asked them, look, what do you want? What would make you happy? What would get you, driving the adoption of our programs that we need to get the return on our investment? So the number one thing was make it easy to do business with you, the vendor. A lot of partners go and they just log in a portal one time. If they get lost, if they don't get greeted at the door, if they get lost and don't know what to do, they'll log out and they most probably won't come back. So we've got to really make that experience a great one. Problem is, a lot of the times partners are logging in and they see this handsome chap, the partner tech Frankenstein. And look, the evolution of this man has occurred over the last 10 years. The heart of this technology Frankenstein stack is the PRM. It's the partner portal. That's always the first port of call. You know, you're a small vendor, you want to grade, you want to build a channel, you have to have a partner relationship management, a portal, so you start that. And then as it grows, you'd start to bolt on learning management because you want to enable your partners, you want to educate them. Then you want to scale up with other things like, oh, let's get them doing marketing, have some incentives. And what happens is this partner technology Frankenstein gets bolted together. But ultimately, it's just not a good experience for the partner. And, you know, definitely it's if we're trying to kill this guy. We have one pane of glass approach now with all the things you need to do to grow your channel inside it. So on the first point, keep it simple. So if you have a new partner and they're coming into your program for the first time, greet them at the door and let them know what to do. Everybody knows in the channel the most crucial time with partners coming into your portal is the first 90 days. If you have something, a front door that invites them in, it's cookie-based, of course, it doesn't annoy partners that are re-logging in, but it then tells them, hey, here are all the things you need to do in the first few days. Do this, then go down into the next part of the program. Do that. Now we'd like you to do some learning management modules. Hey, and after that, we think you're going to be successful and we're going to help you drive demand. But it's very prescriptive. You welcome them at the front door and you tell them exactly what to do. They don't get lost. Now, if you've got existing partners, welcome them at the front door, get them to what they want to do within one click. Also, acknowledge who they are. You know this person, you know that they're a sales rep, you load up information that's relevant to them because of their actual job. If they're in France, you load up French content, the platform's in French. So you basically create a full personalized experience for that person at your front door. And you deliver up content that they actually want to consume for their job type, their job role, for their geo. So number two, and this is a tough one, I acknowledge it, it is tough, but supporting your partners. This can be the Achilles heel for a lot of channel programs, but support is so important. And what I'll do is I'll show just some different levels of support. I understand there could be budgetary restraints, especially if you're a global pro. If you're starting a program, you should start off, with simple metrics. So building that UI that I've said, that's obviously the first thing you can do. Bring your partners in, let them know what to do. But it's not the only thing. If you've got limited budget, you should at least have a support center, somewhere where they can go and access anything. If they have a problem, have an issue, there should be a link into this support center. They can find the information that they need to successfully use your platform in your program. And so that's kind of good. Better is at the next level of support, where you've got a chat window. Hey, I'm having an issue, no problem, let me help you. Great, move forward. So that's obviously the second level, good. I guess good's the academy. This is better. Best and massive is this level of support, having a global concierge team. We're very lucky, at ZIF, we've got our offices in Europe, obviously in Romania and in Oxford, and then we have offices here in the United States and offices down in Australia. So globally, we support partners inside the platform, and that matters. And what matters more is what I said at the beginning, is the different countries. We have people in the actual geos speaking the language of that partner. Now, I acknowledge that can be a little bit expensive, but you're making a big investment in your channel. That's the next level, and that will definitely drive adoption. And it features in the ROI case study that I'll show at the end. This is a tough one, level of support, but this can see great results. I've seen a client of ours who really engaged through KPIs, engaging their CAMs, PAMs, whatever the acronym is, but really you're a channel account manager. If you can engage them in the program, get them actually pushing their partner sets into webinars on how to use your portal, how to use the programs inside it, and actually educating them enough to actually talk to partners about it, you will see another great uptick. And that's another partner-first approach, educated CAMs, talking to partners, driving value. Partners always want assets to help them sell more. Sales tools, collateral, anything that can enable them to quickly and easily sell your product and solution. So once again, training your portals through an education platform built directly into your platform, a learning management system, an education portal, whatever you call it, having it in there, and then actually having different subsets of the education in the home page that will speak directly to that partner and what they want to do. So within one click, I can get to where I want to go. That's very, very important. And once again, if it can just be in that one pane of glass, one portal, one place to go, that's very important. Of course, providing sales tools and collaterals, having one place where they can go. They might be running an event, having banners, having call scripts, having assets, being able to co-brand it with their logo. Very important. Partners. This is one of the areas that gets used a lot. In some of our clients, it's the #1 used area because they're manufacturers, and even in B2B tech, it gets used a lot as well. One thing all partners like when it comes to learning, I think all of us like this, but I think if you can create animations that partners can review to quickly, easily learn and understand your products and solutions to bring them to market, that is that they want videos and they want animations. And two-dimensional animations like these, the whiteboards, done well, is a much better way of actually absorbing complex products and solutions and educating your partners on how to sell. I'm a big fan of animations. Our Zift Creative Services, we have a whole division that builds these, but they are a great way of getting your product and solutions and educating your channel, as well as even your internal teams. We have a great process for doing it. We just record our clients doing a whiteboard, and our team will go away and actually build out these animations. I'm harping on this because you do get great bang for your buck, because these animations can be used in your portal to educate in the LMS on selling, promoting and selling your product and solutions to your partners. They can be assets that partners can download to take to an end user and actually sit there and talk through a complex sales solution. And then we can take these animations and we put them into our demand generation campaigns, and they are fantastic landing pages, as well as emails could be pushing traffic to it as well. So anyway, I know I'm harping on them, but I'm a big fan. One of the biggest ones, great content and marketing, and even automation is king. A lot of people think my bigger partners, they just want to take assets. And listen, in some cases that's true. But a lot of times they're only taking assets because what some vendors might do is just put their internal marketing automation platform campaigns. They might just load them up into a portal, and it's a couple of emails, no landing page, and partners will take the content from that, and then they'll have to build a campaign in their own automation tool. We actually did an audit of one of our larger clients, and 39% of their elite partners were using the nurture flow campaigns that we had built into the Zift platform. And that was a bit of an eye-opener. And I'll talk about them in a second. But partners really do want help, with not only with the content, but if 90%, nearly all of them, if you create integrated multi-touch nurture campaigns, they will use them. But before I go into that, I'll talk about the 2 digital heavy lifters that every channel has to have. And there's a good reason behind why you have to have it. Well, #1, it's great to get fresh content out there through your entire partner universe. So social media, you're leveraging all of your partners' social accounts. Content syndication, you're leveraging all of your partners' websites. But partners love both of these. And once again, they have to be part of that one pane of glass. They can access it. But partners love it. Why? Because they can set it up and forget it, and it's always on. So social posts are always coming to them through the platform. It's easy for them to manage them in email or on their phone, or they just have it auto post so they don't even have to touch it. Content syndication is another one. Done right, it will generate leads for the partners, and it's also fresh, clean content directly from you to their site. And if you do it right, partners love it because they generate leads, and it's easy for you to manage your message globally. But once again, always on, set and forget, definitely a partner-first approach. They love it. Now, integrated campaigns are a little bit more difficult. What you're looking at is what I would consider the bare minimum. This is the module, what I would call a campaign module. And the platform you have, it should be able to send out emails, an email if it doesn't get looked at, a reminder email. It should drive an end user into a landing page that has engaging, interesting content, hopefully an animation if possible. It should have social post driving content from the social sphere into the landing page. and it should have syndicated content out there as well. So that sounds fairly sophisticated, but that's kind of the bare minimum. What we need to do is start building around the buyer's journey. And listen, if there's any marketers on this call, they're going to say, of course, that's what we do. If you do it for partners and you make it easy for them to launch, they're going to generate 3 times as many leads, and it's going to have that approach where they can just set it and it will span 12 weeks. So these are the type of campaigns partners really want. And look, I'm just going to take you through it. The partner should be, a real partner-first approach is your interface just says, hey, say it's Cameron, I'm welcome back in. I already have your database up. Do you want to send it to your prospects? Yes, I do. Okay, great. Set up the campaign. Within a few clicks, everything that you see on the screen will occur. Emails will start to cascade out. Social posts will go out. It'll be at the starting stage of a nurture flow, so it'll be a thought leadership asset, the 5 things you need to know in security in 2018 or whatever the vertical is. That'll happen, but then automatically after that, then there'll be a solutions and benefits, pain points that are faced by small businesses in this sector. Here are some of the issues that are being faced, and then of course your product comes in and be the hero of the story, and then then it cascades down now into a validation message. Here's a case study, video testimonial. You're the best product, to fit this technology pain point. But that's what partners want. But they want to do this. They want to upload that database, and they want to press go. And then all of that happens. And it spans about 6 to 12 weeks, depending on the cadence. But that's what they want, and it's simple. They can just press, set and forget. The nurture flow will occur, and it will generate, leads back to them. So that's definitely a partner-first approach to your campaigns. The next one is going to be a tad controversial, but I'll go into it anyway. Partners really want better campaign content from you. They don't want your product campaigns. They want campaigns that they can send out to their end users that add value, that get clicks, that generate leads and demand. So when your content starts thinking of giving your partners, there was this campaign we built. It was the 6 technology trends your company needed to know in 2018. And that had 4 times as big a adoption as their other campaigns. Why? They didn't put their logo on it. They had the 6 technology trends for small businesses, so partners loved it because they were, being a thought leader and adding value. The social posts were the same, cascading down into the site. But here's the spin. 3 of the trends were met by the vendor that created the campaign. So they were in there. It was a soft sell. They were hero to the technology trends, and it generated leads for the partners. So just a different way of thinking of campaigns. The other one is infographics, things that take information, build a campaign on a landing page that's fun. It's an interactive story that will take that end user through the journey, and at the end you can sell your product and solution to them. Another big trend is, deal registration. It's a bone of contention, getting partners to share information with you through deal registration. Partners, they don't like sharing information, so you've really got to make them feel at ease and make it very for them. So you've got to set up a system where they can come into that one pane of glass, that one portal where they go, and then, when they log in, they request, once again, for some deal information. Hey, do you want to update a deal? Would you like to register it? It's just a couple of clicks away from them actually being able to fill in the information. And it's pretty hard to see here, but at the bottom, there's an incentive as well that, hey, listen, if you do this, we'd like to reward you with some points inside the actual portal. And those points can be redeemed inside the merchandise center, and it could be T-shirts, tchotchkes. But that's been very effective. So actually incentive parting, making it easy, always, number one, partner-first approach. Make it easy for them to actually get to the section, clearly guide them into what to do next, and then why not incent them if it's something, that information is very valuable to you. So I think, I've talked about the partner-first approach, the portal, making it easy, education, demand gen, generating leads. But now I'd like to go through a process and a case study where we kind of prove out that the client that I'm using in this case study, they did everything that I've just spoken about. Their portal's very intuitive. They've got great support. They built nurture flow campaigns. They generated lots of leads for their partners. We decided, look, there's got to be a better way to try and close the loop on ROI. Now, when I say ROI, I'm talking about monetary ROI. So the process we used was we took the data. Well, actually, I'll go into it because the first point is the funniest one. The sales and marketing had to agree. So inside this vendor, they went into a boardroom, the sales leader and the channel leaders, and they said, okay, what's the criteria for the channel influencing deals, inside our organization? And of course, sales said, well, you can't have any renewals, you can't have any government, you can't have any of the bigger contracts that we've got people on. And they really just hacked away at the data. I think there was $5 billion in sales data that we were going to wash, and we got it cut down to $1 billion. So sales and marketing had to agree. It was a pretty heated discussion. So then we got the sales data from them, and we packaged and cleaned it so that we could wash it against the data inside our system, and then we could show which data in our system influenced the actual sales data. We did that through domains, so the actual domains for a lead from that partner. We had obviously no information, no personal information, but we took the domains from the partner. So a partner ran a campaign, generated a lead from that domain for that product. We then actually took that data and washed it across the sales data, and we said that, okay, that partner registered a deal after this campaign for that product from that domain. And it was a pretty interesting, process. It was pretty difficult. There was 6 million lines of code, but we've gotten very good at doing this, and we got great results. So we influenced 9% of all of those opportunities from our program. I said the results, we stripped the sales data down, from 5 billion to 1 billion. The program influenced 9% of that, or 90 million. And at that time of doing the wash, 44% of those opportunities that were influenced had closed. Needless to say, that was a huge ROI for the client and a great result. But it all came back to the fact is, they had that partner-first approach. So I think I've harped on it enough that, taking the approach of putting the partner in the center of the universe is really going to drive channel success of your program. And it's simple. I think, greet your partners at the front door. Welcome them in. Tell them exactly what to do. Give them support. Educate them. Give them campaigns to help them drive leads, and they'll keep coming back for more. That's me. Listen, thank you very much again for taking the time out to join my session. I'm going to hand it over to Terry now to see if there's any.
Thanks, Cameron. That was really an amazing presentation. I really appreciate you sharing all of those insights with us today. We had some great questions that came out of it, but before I get to those, I would like to remind everyone once again to please share your thoughts and feedback before logging off today. You can do so by clicking the icon, the survey icon, which you see circled at the bottom of your screen, and the survey will automatically launch when this session ends. Now let's get to those questions. Cameron, when you brought up Frankenstein, the operators board lit up there. So tell us a little bit, how do you prevent what you called in your presentation the partner tech Frankenstein?
Great question. And look, it's tough because the partner tech Frankenstein, he was born from necessity over 10 years. Originally there were channel vendors out there building like just one portion of what was really needed for the entire channel. And I always said it starts with the heart. There was always we need a partner portal, which would be the PRM. And then over time, your channel grows from 30 to 50 to 100 partners. You want to start doing more things, so you looked externally to bolt these other technologies on. That has to stop because it's a bad, and by the way, it's tough, but a great example was we had one client, they had 8 different partner systems, and they said enough is enough. And that's how it happened. They had 3 homegrown, and they did exactly that, but they actually put a stake in the ground and said enough. And we're, very happy to have them as, a very large client of ours, but they basically bought our one pane of glass approach, which is getting rid of all the different systems, moving into, an enterprise channel management type platform like the Ziff platform, and they got to get rid of all of the other technology around it. It was difficult and hard, but they absolutely loved the fact that all partners now go to one place to do all the things they need to have a very successful channel. That was a bit salesy, but it's the truth.
Wonderful, thank you. I think some of the demand gen marketers who are on the call did have a question about what's the difference between the content that we create for our company and what we should use for the channel. What is the best practice for the channel?
That's another great question. It's difficult because the vendors, all of us out there, if you're a vendor, you've got a very robust, mature, usually marketing department, and you're building a lot of fantastic, end user marketing from your .com domain out to your end users using, a big, marketing automation platform. The problem is, it's like, oh, look, let's just throw that onto the portal. And that's what happened, right? That's what did happen 10 years ago. But now we're seeing it's more maturing now, where it's like that's not going to cut it, because partners, they might just take a bit of it, but they're going to build their story around it. What you need to do is actually write content specifically for the channel. And I personally have always said the channel marketing people always need to have a seat at the agency table. They say, okay, well, that's great, and we like the messaging around that product, but we need to create a nurture flow that's end-user facing for my partner, that's going to add value from my partner to the end user, but on the back end of that, we're going to be the hero to the story. And look, Terry, you mentioned in the intro, my company was acquired by Zift Solutions, but that's one of the reasons for the acquisition is that Zift Creative Services, they bought our creative team. For 15 years, we've been making channel-ready campaigns from our clients' marketing automation assets and collateral. They give it to us. We then build campaigns and load it into now the Zift platform that partners actually want to execute. And that's okay. Whether you use us or you use another agency, just make sure the campaign is not the same as the one you're using, direct to your end users. Put a spin on it that makes the partner more important and makes them a thought leader to their end users, and you'll see the adoption of your campaigns go up.
Cool. Thanks a lot. We had some of our attendees kind of wondering about really what's the best way to measure the success of their channel program. In your example, you used ROI, and that makes an awful lot of sense. But are there other things that companies should track that are important that could tell them just how well their channel program is working?
Yeah, absolutely. And look, ROI is always, admittedly, it's the first thing that comes to my mind. I'm thinking, okay, what's the return on investment? That's why we're building out these kind of ROI analyses for some of our bigger clients who do want a dollar amount, but a lot of our clients don't. We had one client that had a portal. It had no adoption. They moved, to us, and they said, okay, the one thing that's going to be our return on investment is the number of partners logging in and then re-logging in within 30 days or within 7 days. They had a benchmark. To them, that was the most important thing. We had another client who was just, a smaller vendor, and they just had a collateral library and had some assets in it for a manufacturing firm. Their biggest thing was, okay, how many pieces of collateral were being downloaded, and more importantly, how many were being co-branded? So to them, that was the most important thing. So it could be anything from learning management modules to numbers of deals registered to, how many people are logging in, staying in, time spent on portal. These are all the things that you should be considering when you're making this investment. It's purely not, look, it is great to try and tie the holy grail of marketing where you say, I spend X, I get Y. And we're trying to get better and better at that, leveraging the huge amount of data that we have. But I think it really comes down to the individual company. If you're small, you really just want to get partners in and engaging with your brand and taking assets and maybe doing LMS. The bigger you are, you might want more partners coming into a marketplace and spending MDF. That might be more important because if it doesn't get spent, you lose it. So we need to track that and focus in on that. So there's a lot of things for different vendors that really will dictate what their return on investment is.
Wow. Well, thanks so much. We're getting close to time, so I do want to thank you, Cameron, for all of your time today. And I certainly want to thank our audience for submitting all of their questions. If we didn't get to your question today, Cameron will be able to follow up with you directly via email. Again, absolutely. I want to thank all of our attendees for taking the time to join us. We've been having a lot of fun with the Channel Week, and we're going to be doing a lot more, so we're glad you're with us. On behalf of Channel Market Report and Demand Gen Report, again, thanks to you, Cameron, for a great session. And to all of you, please be able to be sure to join us for our next session, which actually begins in just about another hour at 2 p.m. During that session, Claudio Ayub, the Chief Strategy Officer at Perks Worldwide, we'll review how to accelerate your partner's digital transformation with point-based rewards. We hope to see you all there. And again, Cameron, bye-bye, everyone.